Alright, how's everybody doing? Golden, how are you doing, darling? I am so sorry. I've been dealing with attacks over here again, but I have been working on something for you, especially for you again. I enjoy doing those things for you. Like I said, I mean, right now it's kind of like the only things I can do as far as gifts. I like to give gifts. It's right now the only thing I can do for you. So if you could just bear with me, I should be able to get it up there for you tomorrow. And it did have something to do with last night's, which would be Tuesday night. I think it's Thursday now, but what I call last night. So it would be Tuesday nights. What the main, the late night one you did, the 1:30 one, the red light one. um, it has to do with that. And just to give you a little preview, I'm not going to spoil it for you because it's another music thing. Uh, a couple of the parts in there dealt with some of the question cards that you had put up there regarding whoever would be asking those questions and who would be answering them. So I just made believe I was answering them. And just to give you a little preview, I think there was one with waiting or trusting. The divine feminine or whatever it was, and I would, if that was me on the, the divine masculine side, I'd be like, what? Yes, absolutely, 1000%. I don't know why you're asking me that, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Okay, and then I think there was another one that was like, will you wait for me? I'm running a little late, will you wait for me? And so if I had a divine feminine ask me that, as a divine masculine, I'd be like, yes, absolutely, 1000%. I don't know why you're asking me that, but absolutely, I mean, why would I not? But yes, absolutely, and I wouldn't have it any other way, and in my case, and especially if it was, I'm not in any no contact thing, so I don't really, forget my language, I don't really give a shit about that stuff. But if it involved you, I would be like, well, you know, whatever makes you happy and whatever um, you would want to do and what you say, I would support you 1000%. Okay, and that's has to do with everything. Okay, and the only one I really didn't kind of get was this haven't answered my question yet thing, which you're welcome to re-clarify that if that was even meant for me. But or ones like me who resonate with the blah blah. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, that's the only one I couldn't get, but that's why I told you what I just did, because I'm sure that you're gonna get a big fat yes from me, because you know how I feel about you, darling. I mean, I'd go to the ends of the earth for you. Okay, so I wouldn't worry about anything. I'm right here. That's why I put in that someone in the dark one. This is I'll be right here. Well, I'm right here, darling. I'm not going nowhere. I'm just, well, let's just say I'm just kind of here, just doing some things and just waiting on something. That's all. Or just waiting on something. Okay, so I hope that if that had anything to do with any divine feminine, of course, that it would make them feel a whole lot better. Okay, so I did want to let you know that. That's your preview for tomorrow night, but as long as, because this thing, every one takes me longer, it seems like. I don't know why. But that should be up here by tomorrow. Okay, which would be Thursday early or Thursday night. Okay, I'm just letting you know. So, thanks for sticking with me on that, darling. But you got your preview, and I hope I hope you got what I was trying to say. Um, and if I was like a separate friend advising you, I'd really be, or this divine feminine, I'd be like, you really have nothing to worry about. you know, I ditto exactly everything that you say. And I'm, you know, it's always right back at you in the same way. That's the best way I can put it. Okay? I mean, it really is. And I'm so proud and honored to tell you that. Okay? And I just want to tell you I love you and God bless you. And what I did notice is that I have kind of neglected the everybody else because it's kind of evolved into, because I look down the list and man, there's a lot of ones that it's just golden, doesn't have any music on it, but they're interested in this subject. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna go ahead and explain this what I put up here tonight for the rest of the people, and you're welcome to listen in here too. Somebody had asked me the other day, well, look, I know what you told me about we've been invaded by and this is for everybody to listen now. I know what you told me about, our country was invaded by the Franks, the Nazis. They're not scenes, or Nazis is what they call them. Notsees. Okay, but they just put a ZI there to confuse you. They do that with everything. Okay, and they come in, they make nice, they take over our resources, they make a separate little currency system for themselves. Now all of a sudden they control the currency because it's not ours. Well, they can't replace our currency because ours is our pumping blood. And how do we give that value and that whatever? We sign for it. We put it down on a check and we give it to somebody. Okay, or if we have a way that it's digitally approved, we do that. But, there's a lot of fraud in that. But it's your pumping blood is your AU, on the periodic table, AU, that's your gold. So it's your pumping blood, and it's your signature is what it really is, and how much you stayed in your amount from your own body. But these Franks and Nazis, and they're all gypsies, grifters, con men, con women, they're conspiracy. Okay, conspiracy pirates, conspiracy pirates, inland piracy. That's who they are. Gypsies, grifters, actors and actresses, con men, con women. That's who they are. And what has happened is they have invaded this country, and then they have settled in. They've now had descendants in this country, and now they give the descendants what are actually still our privileges. Okay, you have a business side and a private side. They wanted to rip us in half at birth and steal the business side, which means that we can't do anything. We have to listen to them to get anything, any of our resources. That is not the case. That is not what's happening, or at least what is, but they're doing it. Okay, so every one of them that does that and tries to defend it and stick by it should be tried and treated and probably executed for treason. That's what that is. Now, they say, well, and here's what it is. They're all CIA. They're nested up toward CIA, the intelligence community. They've got one central CIA, and then there's like 17 around them, they say, or sometimes they say there's 17 total, including them. I don't really give a crap, but that's where they all nested. Now, you say, well, what about the descendants? Well, those are called occupiers, and they impersonate just regular Americans, and those are called American imposters. Themselves, the intelligence community as well, which they're all part of the intelligence community now. That's what the real AI is. Those are American imposters. Now, you say, well, why are some people, they stand by such stupid decisions like running people over with a car on the freeway or whatever roadway would be perfectly legal and no charges should be brought against the driver. That means, when you see something like that, you already know that somebody is defending it, like vigorously. You know that they're on the take. That means they're enjoying our privileges with our resources and our business estates, because every sovereign American born here has a business estate they're supposed to be able to be using right now. We're all prepaid people, and you're supposed to be enjoying your life, not struggling just to exist on the planet. All right? And all these idiots right now who have all these cars in their driveway and the big houses, and they, play, man and wife play practical jokes on each other all day on YouTube, or pay for people's groceries all day, or go around and cook for everybody and give food away and give Jordans away and all this stuff. That's them, people. That's the American imposters. You ask yourself, well, how do you acquire all this? Well, another way is to get distributed by certain, let's just say, entities. They get distributed through certain entities, through certain platforms, through certain whatever, and that's how they, grease their descendants. And that's how that works. So, what they've done is make America, because of the positions they've had. Look, it's been 47 years in my case. I think it's been way longer than that. I'm looking at about, since 1933, so they've had about a 90-something year head start. It's easy to work your way into everything by then. Okay, so what they've done is turn America, for the American sovereigns, the real ones, that's ourselves, into a Mr. Rogers neighborhood. They really have. You're not supposed to be ruling anything outside of Washington, D.C. You're really not. That is supposed to be used for ammunitions. Act 1871, that was just pure ass treason. I mean, they should never be there. And I don't know if people know this, but they can't even vote. The people of D.C. can't even vote. Now, what's going on there? They are not to be controlling anything. It's a big theater set. It's a big theater company and a big TV set. That's all it is. That's all it is. So, that's why I kind of have this cover as it is. And somebody had asked me the other day, well, so what's an easy way to think of it? Here's the easy way you think of it, because it's going to be corrected very quickly here from what I'm hearing. Okay. America has been turned into one big Mr. Rogers neighborhood. They know it, you don't. But make it your business to know it. Okay? But it's turned into one big Mr. Rogers neighborhood, where they think they can do anything they want to you, because there's a joke on you and we're doing something. We've already kind of disabled everything as far as, actual stuff, but no, not everything. And, they do use their fake money. The U.S. dollar is a fallacy, people. It's a fake. I hate to say it, and they arrest people for counterfeiting, but they're the one who are counterfeiting. That's supposed to be all our signatures. Okay, that's it. Signatures, or scripts, or checks. That's it. That is the way it works. And if somehow it can be done safely digitally, that's fine. But right now, just like the dead voter rolls, there's a lot of people dead on Social Security who are still receiving. So I just want to let you know the way that works. So the easiest way to think of it right now is America was turned into a Mr. Rogers neighborhood. Mr. Rogers, ironically, was famous on a certain platform here recently. Okay? That's a good thing. And he was a wonderful man. He did good stuff, but they turned it into a Mr. Rogers neighborhood. And, the money's not real. But what they do is they block you or stop you from using your actual currency or your actual privileges. And very uncool, and I think they're just about all ready to go down, from what I'm hearing, or they have been doing so. And all the sovereign Americans, people, let me put it this way, what I was going to say a little while ago, and I'm sorry. All these ones who have all these cars in their driveways in the states, well, you have a lawful estate, but that estate is more like a picket fence estate, a piece of land. All the ones who are doing that, and then they say, what do you do? Oh, they buy anything they want and all that stuff, and they make practical jokes on YouTube every day, or what I was mentioning. Those are the ones that are on the take. Those are the ones that are enjoying our privileges. And it's easy because all the evidence, that means all the shit they buy, are in their house, in their yard, in their drawers. They've got tons of like designer stuff and all this stuff. That's evidence. And you do what? Oh, we make videos. I don't know anybody who makes that much money just making videos. No. And it's easy to see. So anybody who is, and if they're corporate, even more so. Because I don't know anybody who would want to use a shell company to cover up the name so they could hide who the real owner is. That's not the American way. That's not the way we do business. Okay, you do business, you let them know who the owner is. You're always able to be gotten on the phone. If you're at the point, like Google, you can't, that's a Nazi company. All right? If you've noticed the setup, depending on who you call, if you can't get somebody on the phone, even from a big company nowadays, and you can't get them live, that's a Nazi-esque setup. And chances are it's them. All right, but they are in this country. They have been doing it for a long time, but they've been playing for a long time. And I think they have gotten snagged as of about a few years back. Okay, so I'm just letting you know that that's the way you look at it, that America has been turned into a Mr. Rogers neighborhood for them, so they feel like they can do anything they want. This MK Ultra-fied robotoids that consisted of the blocking team that's on me right now. They can only do what's in their program. They're pretty much dead in the brain. They're just able to do what, CIA has programmed into their program inside themselves. It's just sick. You ought to see some of the sick stuff they do, and they do it constantly. They do it all day long. But the main point of this was America has been turned into, this is what people ask me a lot, is that, what's the easiest way to think of it? Well, America's been turned into a Mr. Rogers neighborhood where everything is fake and only they know. It's kind of like being at a party, you have a kick me sign on your back. You're the only one not in on it. Only all the American sovereigns aren't in on it. That's the way you think of it. Okay? And they are, what they call them, occupiers. Their descendants and their associate descendants. So they call them occupiers in this country. Well, I'm sorry, but nobody's supposed to be occupying anything in this country. You either are or you're not. You can be here legally or you can't. That's it. So everybody that gets caught that way, and I believe they're going through them now, they need to get the hell out. Get it right. Or the other thing. I'll just leave it at that, okay? But I'm going to end this now because I promised Miss Golden I'd make this quick. And I did want to give those answers to you, Miss Golden. I'm so sorry. I am working. I was trying to get it done for you tonight, darling. I couldn't do it. I'm so sorry. I was going as fast as I could, and there was a lot. Every single one of those that I do, there's a lot involved, even if I use video and stuff. But anyway, I'm pretty sure I can get this up by tomorrow or what? Well, I'm nocturnal, Miss Golden. I'm gonna tell you something, okay, darling? Please don't judge me differently. But one of my irregularities is I am nocturnal. It means I'm up all night long and I sleep during the day. Okay, and I do it in a very loving way. I don't know how loving you can do that, but it's nothing spiritual. It's nothing. It's just the way I've been since I was in my early 20s, because I was like, man, if I can do this, I don't have to fight the lines at the register at the store. I can still go do banking, and you can do, and the washerettes are open all night. It's like, man, I don't have to fight with anybody. So that's where it kind of spawned from. Um, so I wanted you to know that. So I am nocturnal, uh, pretty much. I mean, sometimes you'll catch me going to bed as early as 3 or 4, but usually that's not the case. I'm usually up all night, and then I sleep during the day, and I'll get up, you know, whenever. But I did want to let you know that as well. So, um, if ever, you know, anybody ever wanted to call like that, of course I have no problem with that. Um, but anyway, I'll let you go. I just wanted to come on here and let you know that um, I hope you got the gist of the preview for you tomorrow, or coming tonight, or whatever. It's tomorrow for me, but coming tonight, I guess. Hopefully for yourself, because there's still quite a bit to do. I'm gonna try to get it up there for you. Um, if not early, at least by late Thursday night, which is tonight, I guess. And I hope you look forward to it. And it will have something to do with Tuesday nights, your little 1:30 late night, I guess, reading that you call it. And Miss Golden, I'd love to make those things for you. They're gifts, and it's just for, you know, well, we'll just say it's just for those who I appreciate. Okay, so I hope you don't have a problem with that. But I just like doing it. Right now, that's the only kind of gifts I can give you, I guess. So because of this, whatever it is, communicatively. But that's fine. I'll be here, and don't you worry about anything. Whoever, uh, any of your people, or I have to put it like this, okay? So any of your people, or maybe even yourself, or whoever it may be, or whatever, if they're wondering about those cards that you held up there, and let's just play a game and say, oh, if it were me, just by chance, um, yeah, uh, I, just don't forget the ET thing. I'll be right here. I'm not going anywhere. As far as anybody who's running a little late, um, you just do what you need to do, darling. I'm not going anywhere. Okay, I'll be right here for you, or for whichever divine feminine, uh, mighty divine feminine it may be. Um, that's fine with me. Okay, and please don't think otherwise, because I can only hope that, through at least what's been done, that hopefully that's been communicated. So please don't worry about anything, because everything, and you'll see, that's just a preview, but in that particular one, it's going to be another music one, so I hope you like those. But it's you'll see. It's all like, absolutely, yes, 1,000%. I agree with you. I wouldn't have it any other way, kind of thing. Okay? And that's for all of those. Now, there was one thing, and I'll let you go here real quick, that I didn't quite get, which was, there was one that said something about not answering a question yet. And I was kind of baffled at what question that might be, if that was even, let's say, meant for me, or supposed to have resonated with me. As you say, I don't, I didn't have any clue, so that's why I had kind of said, well, if it's easy for me, because whatever you need to do, prefer, would rather have in a certain way, or what have you, um, Golden darling, I support you. You know how I feel about you. I support you 1,000%. in whatever you need to do, like to do, must do, whatever. Okay, so don't you worry about that, darling. You let me do the worrying, okay? And I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. Okay? So if any were to and had that particular situation or whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. I'll be right here. I'm not going anywhere. Okay? So anyway, to everybody, please take care of yourselves. And God bless you. God bless all of you. I love each and every one of you so very much. And Mr. Golden, you know already how I feel about you. I hope. God bless you. And I really want you to please take care of yourself. I've got to try to end this already, so I don't just carry it on and on and on and on. But I will try to get that up for you tonight. Okay? All right. So Golden, I love you, darling. You please take care of yourself, and I will hopefully, if you don't hear my voice, you'll hear my voice, okay, in a certain way, hopefully by tonight. All right. So please take care, and I'll talk to you then. Okay. Take care now. God bless you. Bye bye.